All right, hey, what's up everybody? Landon with LMR.com, we finally did it. We have made our very own light kit for the 1987 and 1993 Fox Body Mustangs. We're calling it the 5.0 Resto OEM style headlight kit. And the way it all started, the headlights have been around really since the dawn of the company, 1999. You know, we've seen it as factory style, OEM style, I think even economy at one point was what we had on these particular lights. So all along the way, we knew this was going to be a full circle moment for us. And when we dove into this project, it had to be right. We had to chase as many boxes as we could, and we definitely did that. And the one extra box that was checked was the official Ford licensing. And I'll be the first to tell you that that is no easy process. You don't see a lot of officially Ford licensed parts, but when you do, know that it takes a lot of time to get that stamp of approval. So speaking of that officially Ford licensing, on each light will be a slightly embossed Ford logo. So you'll see that on the headlight, you'll see that on the park light, and you will see that on the side marker. Next to that officially licensed Ford logo will be the DOT approval, the SAE certification, some headlight jargon, and then you'll see LMR text. And the reason for the LMR text is because we are the company that made the light kit, and we are the ones that pursued the DOT approval. All right, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at the lights themselves. Starting with the headlight, you'll notice the factory correct fluting that's going to evenly distribute the light, and then all of the other factory style, kind of characteristics and attributes that we know with an 87 and 93 Fox Body headlight. On the back, the clips for the adjustment studs are pre-installed, so you will have to remove those, which we'll show here in just a moment. And then there will be a headlight bulb retainer. We do not include headlight bulbs simply because we know most of you are going to want to do your own thing when it comes to that anyway. All right, so over here to the side marker, it as well will have the factory style fluting, the trim black or satin black edge around the top and side portion of the light itself. And then kind of nested inside of the light will be the amber reflector. And I like to nerd out over this stuff. And whenever I held this light and I kind of looked at it at certain angles, I'm like, dang, that reflector looks really good. You know, kind of other versions of lights that I've seen, the reflector was crooked at times, but it looked glitchy and sporadic. You know, it didn't look uniform or clean, I guess would be another word. But one of these kind of things you don't necessarily know and can see on camera. You just kind of have to hold the light, look at another side marker in comparison and say, oh dang, I know exactly what Landon's talking about. Over here on the back side, we'll have the alignment dowels that situate this correctly into the header panel, and then the studs are pre-installed into the side marker. Okay, so over here to the park light, this is probably the simplest of them all, even though they're all pretty simple. Correct fluting on this lens as well. You'll have the satin or trim black surround, and then if we flip it over to the back, it will have the alignment dowels for the header panel, and then the studs will be pre-installed. It's also important to call out that the UV inhibitors are incorporated into the lens material to make them more durable and to meet the current standards. They are then polished to a high gloss finish. Even though it's a headlight for an old car, modern materials and manufacturing processes are used in order to obtain that SAE certification and DOT approval. Now, continuing kind of my nerd out sesh, this is another thing you really can't see on camera, but the clarity and the amount of vibrancy that these headlights have is very much like an original headlight on a very low mile car. It's one of the things you're just gonna have to experience in person and just take my word for how nice this light kit is. The way we're gonna sell it, we'll sell it headlights only. So for those of you that may have a good set of seals and backing plates, you can transfer those over to the 5.0 Resto lights. We did our best to test as many seals and as many backing plates as we could with this light. There's been a few different iterations over all the years, and they all seem to work fine. The other option that you'll be able to purchase is the complete kit. This will be headlights, brand new seals, brand new backing plates, and retaining nuts. If it's my car or cars, some of us have multiple Fox bodies, I'm buying the complete kit. Why? Because these seals and the backing plates were tooled specifically with this headlight kit. But hey, we get it. All of us have different buying styles, so you can't go wrong with either route you take. Once you get them installed, you will need to adjust them. We have the headlight adjusting tool available on the side. I definitely recommend that if you don't already have it. And then the adjustment portion is pretty easy to do. We have an old video on Fox Body headlight adjustment, and we'll provide that in the description down below. So the car we're gonna be working with today is the white 87 convertible. All right, everybody, I've actually went ahead and pulled the bumper on this 87 GT. You don't have to do this by any means. I feel like a lot of you are going to take the headlights out and put them in with the bumper on the car. We needed to address a few other things on this particular car, so I went ahead and pulled the bumper. Plus, by removing the bumper, this will kind of give you a little bit better clarity as to what's actually happening back here, how many nuts are attaching each light, and then you'll kind of be able to translate that to the bumper being on the car. Okay, so regardless on whether or not you're removing the front bumper or you're leaving it in place, I would take the few minutes to remove the factory air box or cold air kit, whatever it is that you're using, to free up some space here. That way you have kind of an access area within the core support. Same goes over here on the driver's side. Spend a few minutes it takes, or a few seconds it takes to remove the battery. That way you can access this spot as well in the core support. Each retaining nut for the park light, headlight, and side marker is gonna be 7/16. That's if nobody has put a different size fastener on at some point in the car's life. If so, well, just go grab the right tool. But in factory trim, these are 7/16. You'll need a stubby ratcheting wrench, normal length ratcheting wrench, shallow socket, 1/4 inch drive, and possibly even a deep socket, maybe even some small extensions. It's all gonna depend on personal preference and kind of some of the angles and leverages that you'll need to access each nut, because all of our hands are different size. When you're reaching back in there behind the header panel and in between the core support, you're gonna probably get some busted up old knuckles, but hey, you know, that's all part of the fruits of your labor, as they say. You'll have 2 nuts securing the park light, 3 nuts securing the headlight, 2 nuts securing the side marker. You'll remove the park light and the side marker first, and then you'll remove your headlight. If you need to know how to remove your front bumper, we'll leave a link in the video description below. God dang. That sucker shot off there like a rocket. All right, so nuts are removed. We'll go ahead and slide out the park light. Jump over here, get the side marker, and then we'll get the headlight. All right, y'all know me. I like to clean where I can. Take this opportunity to clean up your header panel, flush this stuff out with some compressed air, and then if you wanted to brighten up this area on your front bumper, you know, if you've kind of got, let's say, older or original paint, you can kind of hit this with cleaner wax, compound polish, all gonna depend on the level of detail you're chasing. All right, to kick things off, we're gonna come in here with, this is just all-purpose cleaner, degreaser, diluted to our liking. Boar's hair detail brush. Okay, then we'll come up here and wipe up our residue. And just to add a little bit of brightness to this area of the bumper, I'm gonna hit it with some old school cleaner wax. And we'll go ahead and buff that cleaner wax off. Now, just for comparison's sake, man, it's tough to capture on camera, but these are new, old lights. And the 5.0 Resto lights just look way more vibrant. There's a lot more clarity. I don't know when we put these lights in, but they haven't seen much sunlight, much sun exposure. And just by looking at the 5.0 Resto lights, you can definitely see the clarity difference between the two. So if you want to reference the old light on how the backing plate and stuff like that goes, you can, but I promise you, you can't get any of this wrong. It's only going to go on one way, plus the backing plates have an R and an L indicating which side is which. We're doing the passenger side, so this backing plate is going to have an R. If you're transferring your bulbs, go ahead and take the one out of the headlight. That way you can install it into the new headlight. We're gonna be installing all new bulbs to go with our new lights. Side marker and park light won't need any prep because, like we've already said, studs are pre-installed. So our focus will be here on the headlight. Best practice, I'm gonna go ahead and lay a microfiber towel down And then we will come in here with the flathead screwdriver and then gently release these clips. Won't take much effort at all. Just roll those off. These will be what secures the adjusting studs on the backing plate to the headlight. Okay. Headlight is also marked with an RH or LH, indicating passenger side or driver's side. Right hand being passenger, left hand being driver. Face down. Again, only gonna go one way. You're gonna align your adjusting studs on the adjustment plate, backing plate, whatever you wanna call it, here to the headlight. You wanna make sure they're fully seated into their headlight here, and then you'll just reinstall your clips in the orientation that they were. Oh, I almost got that one backwards. Okay. All right, next will be the headlight seal. This is really, really easy. You'll have this kind of upper section here on the seal that gets situated into this kind of groove, if you want to call it, here on the headlight. And then on the side of this seal, you'll have these two little tabs. And those are going to press onto these little ledges here on the outside edge of the headlight. You're looking at that upside down, but you understand where I'm coming from. So we'll go ahead and set this seal into place. Make sure it's situated the way we need it. So I'm gonna press down the top with my thumb and then slide the side of this into place. If the tab does not want to get a good bite on the headlight, take it back off, gently squeeze it closed with a pair of pliers. Then if you squeeze it too much, kind of a little too tight, you can take it back off and then just widen it with a flathead screwdriver. All right, so back on we go. Oh yeah, that's good. And by nature, what'll happen, this seal will wanna work back up. So when we get both sides secure, we can actually pull the seal down so that it sits correctly until it's nice and flush across the top of the light. Make sure this properly seats at the top of the headlight as well. And voila, ready for install. So to install this, well, guess what? You just reverse the removal procedure. You're gonna go in with your headlight first. You'll just align this with your header panel. Make sure the adjustment studs, as well as the retaining studs and your locating dowels, cleanly pass through all the spots. And then we'll take 3 of the nuts that are provided in the deluxe kit, and we're just gonna run these down loosely. We're not gonna fully tighten these until we get all the lights in. All right, up next can be either the side marker or the park light, whichever one you wanna do. Same rules apply. You'll pass the studs and the locating dowels through their correct spot, and then we'll loosely thread on the retaining nuts. Good time to talk about this. If you're dealing with an aftermarket header panel, I've seen where some of these spots for the alignment dowels don't always 100% line up, so you may have to widen those or enlarge those. This is an OEM header panel, so it went right in where it's supposed to. Now we got all the lights in. I come around over here to the front, just make sure everything looks correct. And as we tighten these, you know, they'll kind of shift into position. Depending on where your headlight is sitting in the adjustment plate, could look a little wonky, but that will shift whenever you go to adjust the headlight. I'm gonna tighten the headlight first. Remember, you don't have to crank down on these. All you're doing is securing the headlight to your header panel. Once they get snug, you're good. Now we're gonna go ahead and install the new headlight bulbs. This is a snug fit, so you'll kind of have to give it some persuasion. You'll do the same thing for the other side. Now the side marker and the park light bulbs, they stay in the light sockets. And since I removed the bumper, I'm gonna switch these out as well. Bumper is still on the car. You'll kind of have to, you know, weasel your way back here to switch out your bulbs if that's what you're doing as well. Alrighty, we're ready to reinstall front bumper. I still need to do a few other things to the car. I'm not gonna show that for this video, and then we'll get this one closed out. All right, everybody, that's a wrap. Hope you appreciate this one. We're thankful to be able to offer it. I get it, you know, where was this X amount of years ago, but y'all have heard me say this time and time again on video. Some things just happen when they happen, and Rome wasn't built in a day, and I can assure you that this light kit is gonna knock your socks off if you own a 1987 to 1993 Fox Body Mustang. If y'all find value in what we're doing, you know, you appreciate this stuff. It's not every day that people are going out and, you know, going chips all in and doing a light project on a 30-plus-year-old car. But we're crazy enough to do it because we believe in it, and, you know, we have the best customers in the industry. So speaking of that value, please consider liking the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and until we see you in the next one, for all things Fox Body Mustang, keep it right here with the real enthusiasts, LMR.com.